Welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and this is Judy Marlowe, and we're so happy that you joined us today. Today's going to be an awesome day, a wonderful show. We have Louise, who is a CHER tribute artist, who actually, last minute found out about our telethon, right, Judy?
Right.
And she wanted to support us, which is, she's a dynamic, and her husband Jerry, and they're just dynamic and helping everybody in the industry, and really about foundations and about causes, and that's what makes us unique, and not unique, makes us what's it called, connected, that we really look at the bigger picture in life about causes and about foundations. And while she was on, the telethon was the first glimpse and the first notification to us.
I was talking with Louise when she mentioned that her dad had a stroke.
Her dad had a stroke. And we didn't even know that when she had offered to be on the show. So it's awesome. It's awesome. When she sang, a CHER tribute artist, when she sang on the telethon, she rocked the house. She brought it down.
And everybody wanted a photo.
Yes. And she of course is going to be on our next telethon, and she's part of our family now. So but today we're going to sit and we're going to really talk about how it feels to have a family member affected by a stroke. And her father was 56, I believe it was, 56. And we have the honor to have her mom here as well. Her mom's name is Louise as well, and she really has the details and really can share with us the actually how it feels to have someone who has suffered a stroke. But furthermore, what I want to talk to her about, and Judy, this is my passion, is like how it affects a family. It affects only
devastating.
Not only does it affect the family, but affects everybody in the family. Then the mother or the wife or the spouse has to focus their attention on the individual that has the illness.
My mother had already passed, so I was the one that was devoting 6 hours every day for 3 years and 3 months to my dad.
Wow, you were the caretaker. You were the caretaker. But while you're focusing all this energy that you have to focus on the individual, what happens to the rest of the family? Who picks up the slack with your children and your job, and that's really why our foundation. Our third mission statement, which is really the focus of the next 5 years, to help support those that their insurance ran out, because as they'll mention, illnesses and strokes and heart attacks, and it's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's not like it just happens. And in my world, I think to myself, why and how can the doctors know and decide what's good for each individual? What's
and
good
on
for each
September
individual?
9th, we've got Assemblyman Michael Fitzpatrick talking on that very subject.
And he is so awesome. We had him on the show.
Yes.
Thank you, Judy.
Yes.
We had him on the show. And he really is a wonderful individual. So we look forward to it. While we're on the subject of, the government, I really want to give my heartfelt condolences to the family of Senator John McCain.
Yes.
Because I really respected him. He admitted when he was wrong. He fought the battle. He was in it for both sides, and we're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him. He was an old time culture of people that we need diversity. We need variety. We need voices. We need everybody's voices. That's why we're America. That's why we have the opportunity. And I'm not political at all, but I am about togetherness, and love and respect.
Definitely are.
And respect. So my heart's out to the John McCain family on this day. We would like to. Our foundation and Judy and myself would really like to take this opportunity to share, to pay tribute to Tim Gilbert. Tim Gilbert was a gentleman that passed from a stroke, but his story is so big and wide because he was healthy,
yes,
right?
He was.
He was at the gym, I think, when his stroke happened.
Yes, I believe so.
He was at the gym and
on the treadmill, I think.
On the treadmill. So here's a healthy gentleman who all of a sudden suffered a stroke. Now, we always say that 80% of strokes can be prevented.
Right.
But there are those 20%. And really, it's what you do at that particular moment that really can save someone's life. Knowing the facts, fast, right?
Yes.
If someone, we're going to give you, we know we keep saying this, but it is so important for everyone to realize. It's called fast. It's the face. When the face droops, and you notice somebody's face is not as
if the face is
symmetrical.
Right.
That's a good word.
And also when they stick out their tongue, if their tongue is crooked.
Yes.
When they extend their arms.
Yeah. Well, it's fast. F is face. A is the arms.
Right.
S is speech and smile. Because if their speech is slurred, which Louise's dad had suffered from aphasia, and really we have two critical points left. It's time.
Time is of the essence.
Time is of the essence. You have 4.5 hours from the onset of a stroke. It's not like when you found them. It's from the onset of a stroke.
And sometimes you don't know when the onset occurred because you might not have been there or you.
Or paramedics coming. Sometimes I don't know when paramedics.
Yes. But we always add. We would like our foundation wants to add to that when you're making a 911 call to 911, when you're calling 911, it is so crucial for you to share with them that this could possibly be a stroke occurrence, because then they're obligated to get into stroke mode. And they will look for the signs, and you'll cut right through the chase. And when they get to the hospital,
they'll have an MRI or a what is the other one? MRA?
CAT scan.
A CAT scan.
But what'll happen is they will pass right past triage. They will have it set up. You don't have to stop, and time is of the essence.
Now, there's one reason why if you do all this and it's a ischemic, how do you say it? Ischemic stroke. They can get the clot-busting medicine.
Yes.
But if it's a bleed in the brain, then they have to do something else.
But it's just, we're not doctors, but we should know the signs. So a few years ago, what was the woman's name? I should have looked it up, that connected us to Diane. She had a foundation, and Diane and her family, and Kelly, they have a swim meet every year, and and I thought that it was a swim meet in a pool.
No,
but it's a swim.
it's in
Jen,
the ocean.
Can you put up that photo of them in the ocean? It's in the ocean. This is what they do. This is what they do. They do a swim meet in the ocean.
Running from the shark.
Yes. And
is it in Long Beach? I believe it's in Long Beach.
Yes. And they do an incredible, and why I love that is because they're honoring their father.
Yes.
That's why we called today's show Dancing with My Fathers.
And they raise money for
Yes, awareness. And we're really honored that, the last few years they have helped us and supported us, and we always want to make sure that's Diane on the screen right now, Diane and myself, one day when we met. And did you put up the photo of the where they were on the beach? Mm-hmm. You did? Okay, so that was when they were on the beach. But it's sad when someone passes, but to live on their memory and to really honor them every year and honor them every day and honor them through the work that we do is really a credit to them to keep his memory alive. And I met Kelly as well last year, and she is as dynamic as her mother, and they're really a wonderful. There's Tim, photos of Tim. So we really just wanted to thank them, but really pay tribute to Tim and his memory, and to Diane and to Kelly and the entire family. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the gentleman at the swim club, his name, but I hear that he leads the way in organizing and really pulling this together.
That's a really big job.
It's a big job. It's a big job. We know because we do the telethon, so and we do all other foundations, But our hearts and our gratitude and our love goes out to Tim Gilbert in heaven. We're sure he's watching today, and Diane and Kelly and the entire family. And Kelly. So with that, I'm not going to sing today because I wasn't planning on it, because Bobby and Kathy and Kathy's brother Bobby were supposed to be in the studio today, but they couldn't make it. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back with Louise and Louise. That's the two daughter and mother's daughter's name, and maybe we can get Jerry on a little bit. Jerry's Louise's husband, who is dynamic and really he manages you, right? And he's in the band. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to continue this conversation. We'll be right back.
Got me good in a hope that I just can't diffuse, but I know the tricks up your sleeve. 'Cause you and I used to sing just to pass by the time, and I can't let go without a thought to where a song may flow. Some ring away, but the echo of yours seem to stay. And lately when I listen close, what I hear may be fake. So you be real now, and I'll be honest, that what we've got here is truly harmonic. And I can search just to hear the same sound play. But why would I when you're standing here right in front of me? Truly harmonic. And you've got me good. It's a concept I just can't refuse, but you had to see through what seems without flaw. So you may say that this anthem of ours on the way, maybe it's true. So when this sound leaves my ear, I can't help but way up here. All along, I'll admit that it's all just a song, but maybe it's more than singing to me. Do we exist if the sound of our music stops playing? 'Cause maybe the next time around things won't be the same. Dull exchange. So you be real now, and I'll be honest. That what we've got here is truly harmonic. Search just to hear the same sound play. But why would I when you're standing here right in front of me? Truly harmonic.
Welcome back. So, as I said before, we have a wonderful show today with CHER's tribute artist called Louise, who is dynamic and was on the Telethon, for those that are just joining us, and really rocked the house on the Telethon. She brought the house down. I mean, I wasn't in there because I was busy floating around and doing my other things, but I heard that she did incredible, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's Cher! Oh my God, it's Cher!"
And she has all the costumes.
Yes, and that's a whole different baby. We're gonna do a whole show. Maybe Cher and I will sing.
Oh, that'd be great.
Believe. I love the song Believe.
Oh, wonderful.
Great song.
Good.
Great song. So Cher and I will sing together. Yes. We'll book that. But okay, so everybody could see. So in the black to the left is Cher. Say hi, Cher.
Hi,
Louise.
how are you?
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And then in the black flowered outfit, which is beautiful. I didn't realize how beautiful it was from sitting back and looking on camera on you.
Thank you.
Is Louise, Cher's, Louise's mom. Louise, I don't know what Louise and Cher, like it's Louise and Louise. I'm going to call you Mom.
Well, they call her Baby Lou in my family.
Oh, okay.
Yes, going to be 51 on Baby Lou.
She's still Baby Lou.
I think the name I outgrew it a little bit.
I'm going to call you Mom now.
Okay, fine.
Because it'll just get
Mom.
it'll get the issue. So Louise, tell us. First of all, thank you for bringing that house on the Telethon.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and you guys are going to be a part of the next Telethon.
You're part of our family.
Yeah, you're part of our family.
Appreciate it.
Our family's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know, Jim. We're going to need a stadium pretty soon. We need a stadium. So I used to say that, with all the people that I've met in my life, when I finally have a concert, I'd love to do it at Yankee Stadium with everybody that I love.
Yes.
I mean, I fill up that stadium big. So tell us a little bit about your Cher tribute show, because that's really, there was a connection between us. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's about 5 years now. My husband, we're in a band about 20 some odd years, and he kept on saying, classic rock. We do a little bit of Pat Benatar, Melissa Etheridge, Blondie, a couple of originals, a whole bunch of fun stuff.
Oh, I got to sing with you guys 70s. One time.
Yeah, classic, a lot of fun. So he's like, we're not getting too much activity with the band. He's like, these tribute bands are really taking over.
Know.
They are taking over. So he's like, you got to think of something. Let's do Cher. I'm like, you know what? That's just too hard. It's really a tough nut to crack. I mean, you got... That's a whole lot of talent to compete with there,
Yeah, she not only has a voice, she's got a personality about her.
The body,
she's got
the costumes.
Yeah,
You know what?
You've got it.
Yeah,
tributing her is an honor and fun. There's only one Cher, but we've come so far. It was my husband's idea, and it did work. And I'm very, very active with it. Actually, at least 3 times a month, I'm lucky enough to get something, which is awesome for me. And I appreciate it, and I love it. And I hope, in all due respect, all the Cher fans will enjoy it, because it's a fun Cher show. It's all about keeping Cher's music alive, and we have fun doing it.
She is dynamic.
Oh, and getting better at 72.
Oh, my God. Did you see her in that movie?
Well, I didn't see the movie. I don't really watch TV. I'm always working with, music.
No, it's what's
Mamma
it
Mia.
called? Mamma Mia.
Yeah. I don't watch really any movies.
I mean, no, but Cher was in it.
Yes.
She
phenomenal.
looks, and her entry into that, into the show was like perfect. It was like she came off a plane, and she was her.
Every movie that Cher has been in.
She was dynamic.
Cher needs an entrance. She has to have an entrance. She's just Cher.
Yeah, she's dynamic. She's dynamic. So yeah, you know what? While we're on the subject, give them where they can contact you if they would like you to come.
You can follow me on Facebook, Louise Bruno, or Jerry and Louise, and you can follow on Facebook. I usually have a lot of my shows that I show.
Right.
My husband does the flyers and all the promos, the videos and everything like that.
It's the Jerry and Louise.
The Jerry and Louise. It's the Jerry and Louise show at yahoo.com is my email if you want to contact us. And you can definitely see some videos that my husband does a great job on. Or if you need any video work, it's
I asked Jerry if he wanted to
we
be
just
on
closed
the camera.
our video.
Come on in, Jerry, if you want to be on.
He's over there being a shy guy tonight, but yeah, you definitely can follow. We have a lot. September 2nd, we'll be at Sergio's in Massapequa. I do a lot of tribute shows, legend shows in the restaurants, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be doing one with Neil Diamond, Frank Sinatra, and Cher over in Bayshore at the Knights of Columbus on September 14th. So if you follow me, you can also
maybe we can add a little Pat Benatar to that.
That would be great. Benatar. We need a Pat Benatar. We could use.
I could do a little Pat.
We definitely
a little Pat.
Use a Pat.
I did a tribute show a few years ago.
They're so much fun.
They are.
They really are.
It's not even. I mean, to me, I don't even. It's not that I want to copy them, or I just love the music.
You enjoy it. It's so much fun. It's the era we lived in.
Oh my God!
We enjoy, and it makes us feel good.
Yes.
It's a feel good, fun music.
And the intro is Pat Benatar, all fired up. It's really,
I love it.
It's really not one that is too classic. It's too.
I love it, and
but
you sound great.
The words are. Perfect. Awesome.
You sound great.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So let's get into the reason, not the reason that you did you know did you know the connection with, because I can imagine like you hearing, I'll come, I'll help, I'll be a part of, did you like put the pieces together when
when we first were asked, because Willie Sacco actually invited us, and he said that he's an artist that I worked with yesterday. He was at Sergio's. Fantastic singer. Fantastic, love him. He's such a great man.
I love Willie.
Oh, he is some entertainer. If you ever want to see a great tribute artist, he does.
He brings a party.
Inkelbert, Humperdinck, Barry Manilow. He does it all. He
makes
a
party.
Alive. Great guy.
And he's a lot of fun. And he was on Last Comic Standing also.
Oh, I know. He was a comedian for years. He said before.
Willie, we've asked him to
come here, so far he's
so Willie,
we'll have to get him to sing a song.
No, you know what? Next time we book you to be on the show to sing some Cher, we'll also have Willie.
Oh, that'd be a fun show.
And you'll have to twist his arm,
and that's when we'll sing some Pat Benatar.
He's great. That'd be a fun show. Yeah. And we all got yes.
Okay.
We're ready.
All right, Jim, you got to clear out that section there so that we could. Okay, so share with us a little bit about your dad and his stroke and the age he was at. I think I said
39, he had his first heart attack, which started it off. So he was a young man, with a family, and already started with the heart condition. So
did he have a heart condition, or was it just?
Mom
would be
out
of the blue
answer those questions, because I was young when it happened. All I remember is always going to the hospital. We were always going to the doctor for Dad. Dad didn't feel, so it was always a hospital.
So, Mom,
was it heart trouble? It was in the family. But he got it at 39. That was his second heart
His
attack.
mom passed away at 44.
Yes.
Wow.
And what was I going to say?
Going back to his heart attack at 39.
Oh, okay. He got the heart attack when he went to the hospital. That was his second heart attack, which he didn't know anything about the first one. And he did live for 16 years, in and out of hospitals. But
Because of his heart condition.
Yes.
And
yes.
would you? And I don't. Pardon me if I'm asking you something that Did you know like what kind of condition it was? Because if you asked me about my stroke, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. Do you know like what the situation was with this?
Yes, he had half a heart. That's what they said. Yes.
Wow.
And he did live for 16 years because he took care of himself.
Wait. He had half a heart. Did he always have half a heart, or did they take out half when he had his heart attack?
I don't mean. Just half a heart was
Where
working.
it was dead. Yeah, with the rest of it was dead.
So
Yeah.
wait, was that okay? When he had his first heart attack at age 39, is that when that part died?
Yes.
Now you also said to me prior that he had a silent heart attack.
Yes.
Now did they determine when that silent heart attack was?
Early on in
They
his
didn't
30s,
know. It had to
more
be
earlier.
earlier in, I guess, in his 30s, which he wasn't aware of. And then the second one.
And he didn't feel. He never complained about.
He always had leg trouble.
He'd always rub his legs and say,
Always,
my legs.
yeah.
You know, that's a sign.
Skinny,
Well,
twiggy
know,
legs.
we
He looked like
weren't
his
aware
father
of
was
it.
doing.
No.
He really did.
I'm just sharing with our audience.
Right.
And a reason I know is because my daughter, she had a situation where her legs were bothering her, and then she had clots in her lungs.
Oh, wow.
So it is something to be aware of if you're
Yes.
having pain
Like a
in your
thrombosis.
legs.
Yes.
Almost like a
That-
clog,
that's a
yeah.
little sign that you need to go to the doctors and really be.
I didn't know that was a sign, and that was something my dad was doing a lot of. Besides rubbing his head, but he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, he would always sit there and I'd be
Yeah,
like, what's
rub
the matter?
his
Always the
legs,
legs. He'd be
yes.
like, my legs. It
I know.
was always. It was
I
always
know.
a thing. So
I
you
know.
never catch on. It was like
I
normal.
know.
Normal,
I know. That's why they always. What do they say? What do they say about people that are always crying wolf?
Yes.
You know, when you're always crying
They
wolf and
really
complaining.
are.
When you really do, nobody knows to listen because you know.
That's right.
They're always complaining,
Yes.
but he never did complain.
He was just rubbing his leg.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what my dad was doing also. Before
Right.
this
Wow.
Right.
So at 39, he had his second heart attack because that wasn't even his
Yes,
first.
No.
And then at age, so between 39 and 56,
No, 54.
54, how was it?
He was fine because he used to take care of himself. But then towards the end, he got the stroke, and he couldn't talk, and he really couldn't think too good. He used to say, he couldn't talk, so he wanted a paper and pencil. Now, I thought he was going to write a sentence, but all he did was scribble.
And how
'Cause-
much writing?
because-
the whole
because
page,
the
and
brain-
he was like,
the
and we
brain
were like,
wasn't
what?
working.
Well, you
You
can't
figure
process.
it out.
My father had
Right,
tried
And you could
writing.
see in his eyes he was getting all stressed out because in his head he had a whole sentence, and you're like,
Right.
"What the hell is he
I know,
saying?
I know.
Can't figure
And
it
that's-
out."
and
Oh,
that's
it was
one of
terrible.
our-
And he cried. His
You
dad.
know, that's why I always, our foundation is about strokes and aphasia. Because, stroke occurs like in a split second. Stroke
Yes.
occurs, then you have to figure out like the next steps and, as long as you get medical attention and, you're cared for. But how do we know what's going on in the brain?
Right.
We don't know. And honestly, some people don't really get affected so much on their physical appearance, but their brain has been
Right.
affected.
Right.
What I wanted
right.
to ask you, Mom, is did he have headaches before the stroke? Was he rubbing his head as well?
No, I don't think so. I really don't
Complaining about a
remember.
headache?
He's gone 30 years,
Wow.
so when I think back,
Technology's come a long way. Don't
Right.
forget. They didn't
Oh
do
yeah.
all these
Well,
tests
I
like
had
now
I had
and all the
my
blood
stroke.
and
My
you know.
stroke
my
was
God.
my
Yeah.
stroke was 30 years ago. Wow. So we probably had a stroke in the same year.
Yeah, right.
1989.
Really young.
I was 26.
Well, he died 1988.
So my stroke was in 1989.
Right.
My stroke was in 1989.
Well, he didn't last long. After the stroke, I think he lasted about a month. When I took him to the doctor, I was kind of shocked that he says, when you take him home, let him eat whatever he wants. And I looked at the doctor and I says, don't you want him to be on the diet? He told me, no, give him whatever you want. Then it hit me. I knew he didn't have much time.
But that's so odd that they, don't share that really tight.
He aged all at once. I noticed that last time he went, he had salt and pepper. Then all of a sudden, that last time he went, oof, I guess the pain.
The blood.
It doesn't run right. So it kind of aged all at once that last time.
Wow, that's so... So how was it to, Louise, how old were you when?
Oh my goodness, I was already married. Actually, he got a heart attack the night I got married. We ran to we rushed him to the hospital. That night was even probably too much excitement. Who the heck knows? What the heck do I know? But she didn't even say nothing. They just let the night go by, and then they told us in the morning that, we sent Dad to the hospital, But
that was when he had his heart attack.
And then that whole year it was in and out and in and out and in and out. So, until the surgery, and then he passed away.
Yeah.
So, Mom, tell us, because this is what most people really don't focus in on how it affects the entire family and how it is to be the main caretaker and really to have to struggle with balancing all those balls.
Yes, well, it was very hard, but thank God I'm a strong woman. I carried on, and everything went pretty smooth. After everything was over, the funeral and everything, then kind of your body just gives out, and you don't want to talk to nobody. You just want to be alone for a while. Because I have a family that we always have to be together, and at that point, I wanted to be alone.
Well, that's good, because you wanted to grieve in your own.
Right.
And everybody voices their opinion, and sometimes you don't want to hear people's opinion.
Right.
You don't really care. You're going to do your own thing. It's nice to hear people's, but you're doing what you got to do anyway.
Right. So, but how was it between, when he had his heart attacks and he was constantly in and out of the hospital? How was that to juggle taking care of your family? And then we'll get into, the insurance end of it. How was it to answer how was it to deal with your family during that time?
Well, everybody was pretty helpful, and
his family lived in Brooklyn. Most of our family's in Brooklyn, so people
in Valley Street and in not Ozone Park, I forgot, Jamaica Estates,
right?
And one sister lived in Florida. But we were always together, We used to go to Florida once a year, and so she came down, my sister, and we all were together. They gave me a lot of moral support, and I worked for King Cullen. I had excellent insurance.
What's King Cullen?
It was a food store.
The food store.
Oh, I never heard of that.
New Jersey. She's from New Jersey. She's on Long Island, so you're different. Got to put that in the thoughts.
Yes, I worked in the deli department, and I had excellent insurance. I didn't have to worry about any kind of money. So that was a big, big relief off my mind,
Sure.
when you don't have to. Yes.
I felt that when I was taking care of my dad, my husband was really suffering because we didn't eat dinner until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Sure, there's no schedule.
I wanted to make sure that they got him in bed and that he was comfortable, and everything was all right. And then I would go home and make dinner. So we ate 10 o'clock at night.
Yes, but at least
for 3 years.
At least you were attentive to your.
Yes, and my husband was very supportive about it, and he came as often as he could after work. He worked very long hours, and he came, and he would be very supportive to me, and always talk to my dad, and there was response, and it was heartwarming.
Yes,
that we could do that.
It's my daughter. She's texting me. She knows I'm on the show, and she texts me.
Bring home milk.
Britt, I'll tell her via Facebook. Britt, I have no idea.
Hi, Britt.
Say hi to my daughter, Brittany.
Hi.
That's such a pretty name.
Yeah.
Brittany and Samantha. I have two beautiful children. My first daughter, Brittany, was named after Mark Gastineau from the Jets. Does anyone know? His daughter was named Brittany. It was back when Brittany was like out of the... Nobody even thought of it. And my daughter Samantha was named after Who's the Boss? Remember
yes,
Tony Danza's daughter, Who's the Boss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Two beautiful names.
Yes.
So, do you have any sisters? Do you have any other children? Do you have any sisters or brother? You have a sister?
How
How
my
old is
brother
she?
passed away.
Oh.
My brother passed away also of a heart condition.
Yes, with a heart condition.
How old was he?
He was 39.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. He was 34.
He was 34.
See, some things you don't want to remember, you know. It's
How
very
many years
hard.
ago was that?
He's dead 23 years.
So I have a really important question to ask both of you. I hope you go to the doctors and get your physicals and really stay on top of your conditions.
I'm not a true fan of doctors. She has to push me to that, really.
I remember having to push my mom and dad to go to a doctor.
But whose side of the family was the
heart trouble?
The heart trouble.
My husband.
Husband's side.
On my side of the family, it's cancer.
So you know what? It's important to just find a doctor that fits into your rhythm.
Right.
Like does what you like, works as a team with you.
Yes.
Because in the industry, some doctors, you know, they're people. They're not magicians. They're people. So like anything else, we have to find one that is part like us.
I worked with a pulmonologist for 11 years, and it's, you know, I've seen a lot, and I've seen a lot that took care, and I've seen that people that didn't take care, and sometimes, you know, it's a toss-up.
It is.
When
sometimes
your
you're
family
better off
has
staying away
these
from the
issues,
doctors.
you tend to try to take better care of yourself.
Right.
It is a lifestyle. There's a lifestyle behind our you know, what we're carrying
But
on.
sometimes
You got to watch, you know.
If you're like me, sometimes you say, well, I'll see.
Right.
And my
It's
husband
what you
goes, you're
eat.
not going to see. You're going to the doctor
Right.
now.
But the truth is that if you take the time to be aware of how you're feeling,
right,
that you know
something's wrong.
Absolutely. If you're okay. I mean, there's always signs around us for, like your husband with the legs.
Right.
You know,
right.
like you're right. Back 30 years ago, we had no idea the signs of medicine has advanced so much, you know, in the ages.
It's true.
You know, but it really is important to, you know, take care of yourself, to really look at your own world, and, you know, put God and then yourself before everyone else, because otherwise, if you're not there, you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. You're sick.
Exactly.
You know?
That's true.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll always say out tomorrow, but she says no. Today.
Now. Not today. Now.
Yeah, this is my boss, and I'm so thankful that I have her.
Yeah.
She's
You
a gem.
used to be her boss. Now
Right.
the tables are turned, and she is your boss.
Well, you know what they say? The mother becomes the child, and the child becomes the mother.
Well, no, we stick together.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and, you know, I always take care of my, you know, I'm aware of my grandmother. My grandmother's 95.
Oh, God bless her.
awesome.
And she lives
God
by
bless
herself. Yeah. And she's you know, a little
Forgetful?
yeah, now she is. But you know, I always, when she calls me, I'm hungry, I want to go out to eat, I'm like, I'm too tired. But then I think to myself, you know what?
She sounds so cute.
She always was there for us when we were growing up.
Right.
When we were growing up, you know, my mom was an opera singer. She travels around the world,
nice,
doing her music. My dad had to work, so my mom was really the one that cared for us. You know, on hands caring, and she would walk miles to come, and because she didn't drive, so she would walk for miles to come. and watch us. Like so how could I?
Because in that era, in that time,
so
the men drove and the women didn't.
Yeah,
right.
Very
right.
few had cars.
It was so funny because last night we were. I brought her out to eat, and she said to me, "Oh, good guy." And my grandfather always wanted to teach me how to drive. You want to? I said, "You want to go now? We can." Could you imagine if I brought a 95-year-old woman?
Oh my God! I want to witness that.
They'd be like this. Like, but why? So I mean, is there any age that you can't? I mean, probably.
You know what? I think it's all if you could see and you've got your reflexes.
I think there comes a time when you tell I remember telling my dad, it's time to stop driving.
Yeah.
You're driving too slow.
Right.
Okay, you're making everybody nervous. And he wanted to come out to my house and drive on the parkway, and I said, "No, Dad, I'm going to come and pick you up." So there's a time, and they fight to keep the keys. And
it's their pride. It's their pride.
And probably I'll be the same way.
Yep.
So your husband, he had a license. He had a driver's license, and he always drove.
Yes.
Wow, that's it's incredible. You know how fortunate we are. Life is a gift. We never know. We never know when.
He was always happy about it, though. He used to read. He wasn't good at school because he was forced to quit school when his mother passed away when she was 44, and he had twin sisters, so he had to stay home. Take care of them. And his father was a bricklayer, so he'd be the water boy, and he'd have to go. He was forced to quit to be the water boy, but through the years, he studied and became a photographer. And he would do photography, so he would do weddings.
Yeah,
and him and my mom.
Beautiful.
He kept himself busy with light work, and he loved photography. He bought his Olympus camera.
Wow,
right.
Way back then, it was
camera.
Olympus.
Yeah.
And stacks, and he'd read and read and read, and he educated himself so much, and so it was, it was a double-edged sword. He kept himself, and he liked to bet on the horses. A $2 bet on the OTV.
Did you ever go?
And he would split it with you if he won. He was a good sport.
Is it Yonkers that you guys have in Long Island?
No, he used to go to Aqueduct.
Yeah,
where's Aqueduct?
And years ago it was Roosevelt Field.
Yes, also there.
And I have to tell you a funny story though. Before let my mom finish, and then I want to correct her.
I did finish.
My mom would work. So he would be home and he'd be reading and he'd want to advance with his cameras, and he went and bought a camera, but he didn't know how to tell my mom. He won in the horse, and he figured he'd donate it and put it towards his camera, and he didn't know how to tell her because she would have wanted half that money. So my husband, at the time we were dating, and they staged, it was so hysterical, they staged a way of telling her that they bought a camera. So my father and my husband went outside with a video, and you see my father walking, looking for her to come home from work, and he's going to the trunk, grabbing the camera, looking both ways, shutting the trunk, going back in the house, putting out, hiding. Oh, it was hysterical. So when she came home from work, we played a VH video.
Right.
And that's how she found out that he bought his camera
and
for
it was so
his wedding.
Funny. Who could be mad?
We were
I was hysterical laughing.
What did he do? A VH video?
He did back then it was a video camera. One of those, the big cameras. Well, it was hysterical.
It was funny, really
just
funny.
Hysterical.
That's funny.
So he was a little bit of a comedian.
Yes.
And he used to call me the sunshine girl because I never smiled when I got up from bed. So the minute he'd get up, he'd say, "Oh, Mr. Sunshine's getting up now." And I'd get so mad because I'd be like, "Jesus, I just got up from bed, so you got to start teasing me the minute I get up."
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Mr. Sunshine.
You got a wonderful family. We in my world believe that love is the answer to everything.
Yes.
When you can you need financial support in your life, and we all have to work, but what conquers things that are really helps people to recover is having the love in their lives.
Yes.
And it sounds like you have. How many sisters do you have?
Well, I had 4. Now I'm down to 1.
Oh, well, now how did your sisters?
They had one sister had cancer. The another one had, 2 of them had cancer. I had a sister that died at 46.
Oh my gosh.
She had bone cancer.
Died right away too.
I'm sorry.
Was it leukemia?
No. She had the cancer was in her bones.
Oh my gosh!
It wrapped around her back. It just kind of coiled and made like a twine up and down.
Yes.
It was.
And did she have any signs for that? Like, was there any?
She did, but because she was embarrassed to go to the doctor, she had a lump on her bust. And she didn't want to go to the doctor because she was embarrassed. You know, I came
Old Italian women, forget about it. They don't.
My
you know, they gotta
parents
hide
came
everything.
from Italy, and everything was a big secret. We had to keep everything to ourselves, so she was ashamed to go to the doctor.
To show her
Her bust.
Her bust.
Yes, but what happened was this tumor, it leaked into her back.
Oh, my God.
And by the time they found out she had
Spread it through the
cancer,
spine.
she only lasted maybe 3 weeks, a month.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Very quick. And pain beyond pain.
Oh.
Her bones would crack as you pick her up. You'd hear all the bones crack because it was attacking the bones. It was disgusting.
terrible,
It really
yeah.
was. But she went very quick. Pitiful.
So,
have you been checked for all that stuff?
oh yeah.
I'm just making sure, Mom.
Yes. Yes.
Now you have some more children on your plate here.
That's right. We're going to be following up.
Okay, that sounds good.
And Louise, do you visit your...
Oh, no, I don't go to no doctors. I tell you the truth, I stay far. I worked in a doctor's office. No, really, I don't. I stay far from doctors. I really don't
But
go to
you
doctors.
go for a yearly checkup.
No, I don't do anything.
So
I'll wait till I get the hit and run
So
thing.
how,
I'm going
how
up to
could, wait.
back.
So how could you reflect on your mom that she should go to the
That's
doctor?
right. If you're not...
Because I got to take care of her, so that ain't not going to happen to me. So
I hope
right now
not.
I can handle it.
So you worked for a doctor's office?
Yeah, I worked for a pulmonologist for about 11 years,
Wow.
maybe 12 years, and then then I moved on to another doctor. But you know, it's an all day.
It's long hours.
Yeah,
And weekends.
And I kind of being a little greedy and selfish at this point. I want to do my music and kind of work around that. So.
Music is. Let's talk about music. Music is very healing, right?
Oh
Yes,
my God!
yes.
Yes.
Music is so empowering. That's
Yes.
why I always, when
Yeah.
I was young and, I used to watch
You're
Jerry
still young.
Lewis. Well, when I was very, really young. And I used to just watch Jerry Lewis with the entertainers. And I just get lost in the moments.
Yes.
And
He was
lost.
so great.
And lost in the,
So caring.
in the feeling of how joyous music was,
Oh yeah.
It is. It's fantastic.
So you sing, you sing in restaurants and stuff, and
Yep.
you do your big shows and
Yep, I was lucky enough to do some casinos. We've done all kinds of places. I do nursing homes. I'm all over the board, So I thank God now we'll be doing the Elks on November 2nd. We'll be starting on the Elks Club. So
And once you sing at one of the Elks clubs, you should get in touch with the other Elks clubs.
yeah, I guess one,
We'll go
one
through the
hand.
grand
Yeah, you know what? It's
one.
it's a great thing.
The Grand Lodge, and get the word out.
Yeah,
she's a great, press.
promoter.
Promoter.
You know
Oh,
what?
that's
It's all
good.
about networking
It
and
is.
trying to see.
It is.
Because, and there's so much great talent. There's just so much talent on Long Island.
You know what it is? You have to. I have found you have to just do it for the love of it and believe in
Absolutely.
yourself.
And she loves
Absolutely.
it.
And you know what? Where you get led to is where you get led to.
Yeah.
I just did an assistant living in New Jersey, and it was so surreal to me because they bring people out in beds, and it was a barbecue, and
They enjoy it so much.
they
Right.
they long for it. They
Yes.
long for
It's the highlight of
happiness.
the day.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And the energy, and they thrive on it.
It's the respect they get out of your project, and it just makes them feel good. It makes you feel good, giving them what because it's time. They're just sitting there waiting. Time.
I know.
We need
I
the
know.
time to pass.
And you-
There's really no activity for them to do there.
Well,
Who
they
drives?
Yeah,
they don't drive. So.
yeah.
You
Most of
also did Fairfield.
Oh yeah, we do all kinds of property community, all kinds
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
I take anything. You kidding me?
Oh yeah, I should.
Well, don't say it that
Oh yeah,
way.
I know it.
I should.
Gotta have my limits.
You know what? Because I work in the community management. Would you come out to New Jersey?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, it's important. You know, music is music is the key of life. It's universal.
Yes. When you say you'll do anything, remember Johnny Cash went to a prison. They said, no, don't do that. He said, I'm doing it. He made one of his greatest hits.
I know. I stick my foot in my mouth many times. I really watch what I say, but I'm like, I'm Sicilian, so it comes out real quick. I talk real crisp.
And then it's like, oh, what did
I really
got to think about that. And then you're like,
nowadays, especially.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a camera.
They're so literal. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
And the sad thing is they'll only take a portion of what you say. They won't take before and after.
No, you're right.
But they'll only, and then they'll stream that, and everybody'll get crazed about what they think you assumed or you said during that. You know, and
but they don't have the whole.
Absolutely.
So it's sad. I get so upset when people think that they need to video everybody and
it's not nice. It's disgusting.
No, because some people don't like to be videotaped.
No.
Well, they're doing it because they're
I mean, it's crazy.
Against you most of the time.
It's crazy,
Yes.
So let's get back to your dad because he is. It's been 30 years that he has passed, and I'm really happy that you guys are talking about it because the conversation is really important that we bring to light.
He missed a lot. As a young man, he missed a lot. He missed a lot of grandchildren. Yes. He missed a lot of things that, especially this music, he would have loved that.
He's watching.
We didn't,
He would have been so proud of you.
Yeah, I think he would have been. And my brother too was another one into music.
Yeah.
But in life, sometimes these are the cards you're dealt, and this is it. So you have to look at it and understand things. Sometimes you can't change. You just gotta.
You have to
This is it.
Every single thing.
This is it. This is how the story goes. There's just no changing God's calling.
It's so sad, that people don't realize how precious life is. They wait for something to actually happen before they, live their what they want to do.
Right. Right.
That's why people that have check-off lists and have your visions and write them
and
down.
And don't care what anybody thinks. Who cares? You live for yourself. You don't live for people.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't worry about what people think or say as long as you're being honest and truthful about about things. So you said you had good insurance, but did it? Well, this was probably different back 30 years ago. But did they ever tell him like you can't after that because he had 20 years between the two occurrences?
Right.
Did they ever refuse his insurance?
No.
He had Medicare.
No. He used I had. I can't. It's a very good insurance.
Empire. Was it
no.
United?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it was 30 years ago.
Insurances were there.
They've changed over the years,
And I had a good union also.
Well, you were in a union.
Right.
Well, Andrew's in Andrew.
Right.
Yeah. And that's, and they protect you.
I feel I would never work any place if they didn't have a union. But today it's different.
I remember going to, I think it was United Artists for a interview, and they said, would you join the union? And I said, could I think about it and call you a little later? They said, all right. And I took my journey home from New York City, and I called when I got home. By the way, my parents said, are you kidding? You have to take that.
Because of
a union. I said, I thought if you worked for a union, that was it. You could never work in another job. Okay, and it was United Artists.
Nice.
And I called, and they said too late.
Oh my God!
I called the same day. I called maybe 2 hours later. They interviewed someone who said, "Yes, I'd like to join a union."
They always protect you.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I have to say, nobody explained to me about unions.
Exactly.
If you would have asked me, I would have had to do the same thing because, I was one to jump into things and then, kind of be sorry that I did. And, so I would have probably done the same thing to really.
What a mistake.
Back when I was young, I had no idea.
Well, you always had a fear of the union. They'd say, "Oh, you don't want to be bothered with the union." So a lot of times you had a fear behind them, not knowing what they really did.
I just thought that I could never get a job in any other industry.
Yeah, if you want, you're in the union.
That was going to be it for my
Right,
life.
right.
And how could you make a decision like that so fast? But if my teachers had talked about unions, I would have been aware of it.
Right.
And I never discussed it with my family. So
we've spoken about like making sure that you take care of the things you got to take care of, like with what's the gentleman's name? I'm drawing a blank. I'll think about it. We spoke to him about health insurance, not a health insurance, a life insurance that he had purchased the day before. You know who I'm talking about.
I'm not sure.
He had purchased a life insurance like a week before.
Oh my wait, God. Now that's beginning to ring a bell.
A week before he had.
He was. I'm. The name of the person isn't coming to me. It's somebody who lives pretty far out there in the United States.
I just brought that out.
He purchased life insurance for the whole company. And when they examined him, they said, you're in the best health of all the people in your company. And about 2 weeks later, he had a massive stroke.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but the point behind that is that while you're healthy, you really need to protect yourself and set up for the what ifs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the what ifs, great if it doesn't happen and you did it.
But they're there.
But they're there.
Yes.
So if you do have something that happens in your life, you have the backing and you could rest through through the situation. Because I've been to so many support groups that everybody introduces themselves and everybody shares, but then the main focus of the conversation is about insurance,
right?
And
And
the limitations,
and how people who their spouse has suffered a stroke, or their mother or their father or whatever, and then they have to work, but yet they have to be on the phone call with the social worker, the insurance, or and on their breaks, and then they refuse it after 3 months, and then so
that's what happened in my dad's stroke rehab. That his insurance ran out, and they didn't feel that he was recovering fast enough. So they just shut it down. And then it was whether I could take him in an ambulance to a place for physical therapy, and whether or not I could afford it, which I couldn't. And that was heartbreaking.
Right. So that's why, we think it's so important that you set up for now that everybody's healthy and you have it. We're out of time, believe it or not. I can't believe the conversation. Oh, you're part of our family.
Oh, it was so nice talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We love you guys.
And you have a lovely daughter.
Yes.
Your daughter has
I love her.
Wonderful, lovely mother.
And we got a wonderful
and you have a great husband,
Jerry, and
who refuses to come on the set.
Yeah, he's playing peekaboo today.
And I'm just gonna sing one verse of I Believe in Music, and then we can stream out. Jim, is that okay? Okay, so everybody can join me. But you know the words, right? Well, I can just sit around making music all day long.
What nice.
As long as I'm making my music, I can't do nobody wrong. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop the fussing and fighting just long enough to sing along. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. Music is love, and love is music, if you know what I mean. And people who believe in music are the happiest people I've ever seen. So clap your hand, stomp your feet, and shake your tambourine. Lift your voices to the sky. God loves it when you sing. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. One more time. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful day. God bless.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, we got to blow our kisses.